Oh goodness, well, looks like I'm live. It's time for some automation atrocities. Uh, Whatever that means in the context of this stream. I'm just gonna go ahead and post up on the Discord. Make sure we can get some people on in here. It is early in the morning on Saturday, so I don't expect there to be a million people here, but the I think the thumbnail speaks for itself on what's about to happen today. What kind of atrocities we are about to commit. In a similar vein to what has been previously done. Oh geez, just accidentally opening up apps on my computer. Reviewing atrocities or building them. In fact, this stream is building them. I'll be building some atrocities today. But I'm going to try and keep things a little bit more chill, whatever that means. Chill is almost a buzzword now, isn't it? Um, but just because I want to keep my voice, I feel like every stream that I do, I end up losing my voice at the end of it. So I'm gonna try to keep that today. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's play automation. Let's hope that the stream doesn't shut down again as it did before a few times, which was needless to say unfortunate. And we'll just wait for some more people to join up before we get started for real. Oh no, I recognize time zones. I was just like usually I post videos at 12 noon my time, which is Toronto time. Um, so that usually works out well for me, I think. Like usually people will watch it maybe I guess around lunch or something, and then by the time it hits evening around here, the video usually takes off. So this is early, I would say, for me to be streaming. But I'll be streaming for the next probably 2 hours or so, so we'll probably end up doing two builds. And yeah, it is 10 a.m. here as well. I could have streamed earlier, I was up at 7, but um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, hey, Twin Turbos is here. All 54 of you are here as well. Welcome. Now, the title is it's automation atrocities. What kind of atrocities should we commit today? Should we, I don't know, 2JZ swap a Mustang or something like that? Like, how are people gonna feel if we destroy something that it was once loved? Can you also please make a VTEC engine for the memes? I mean, we could. I'm always a little bit nervous for streams because, um, like when I do videos, I almost always do multiple takes of different elements of it. So if I say something and I mess up what I say, then I just go back and I say it again and I cut the part out where I messed up. That's just basic editing stuff, but can't exactly do that on stream. So you just get all of me, the the unedited version. Inline 3 Mustang. I do like that idea. So just a YouTube Shiny on stream. Um, no, we're not gonna copy Shiny Odd. That's not my forte. I'm not out here trying to steal his thunder. His cars are very unique, and yeah, I'm not about to try and copy that. Well, we just have to wait for all the cars to load. There we go. So last time we made this horrendous vehicle here, which you're seeing on the thumbnail, into a massive engine small car. That's always a recipe for disaster. I'm thinking actually, because I've had issues with the i3 recently, I'm thinking we should probably avoid that. Oh yeah, this thing has a big Canada flag on the back of it. But yeah, I'm thinking we should probably avoid the inline 3 just because I've had exporting issues with it recently. I'd like to do maybe I don't know. If we're gonna go inline 3, we should just jump it up to inline 4 because these seem to be ever so slightly more reliable. Kind of copying his thumbnails though. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for with that one. Um, we made this, or I made this thing last stream that I did. I think last week or maybe the week before that. So that's why. Yeah, you can only have one turbo for inline, so if we're going to try to make a 2JZ, it would be a single turbo swapped 2JZ. But I also don't have the specs for 2JZ on me, so. Twin Turbo says 1940s race car. That's difficult to do, mostly because the tech is so old. But let's just go ahead and make something new. We're actually 5 minutes into this. Hello, everybody, again. All 76 of you. I appreciate you all being here. It's good to try and stream more again. It's been a while since I've been able to stream at least a little bit more consistently. Like the last stream that I did was fun, but yeah, this one will be hopefully good as well. Biggest i4 and VTech. I see V16. Why does it not go to 720? It should be 1080p. That's how I usually stream. At least I think so. Yeah, the video quality should be 1080p, as long as things are working out well. Might just be your internet. That is always an option. I did see this truck as a mod body, and my goodness, it comes with a lot of options. It's cool to see that people are still making stuff for this game. 2010's Bugo redesign. I did just make a new Bugo, so we'll avoid that. I think last time I made a limo, and I also made the thing that's in the thumbnail, so we'll try to avoid stuff like that. Let's do yeah, this is the body that thing is made out of. 1080 for you? Okay, sweet. Like my screen is 2K, but then I downscale everything to 1080, and then for videos I upscale it to 2K, so it gets a little bit confusing. Sometimes, at least. Just to try and manage resolutions. Make a V10 off-road sedan. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? This is something I was thinking about before. I was looking at, like, I drive a lot for work, and I've seen some like this older Lexus sedan. I think it was an SC 430 or something like that, that I was pretty interested in. So let's try and make something with a similar body, and then we'll just kind of go from there. As long as we start with a good baseline, then we'll be able to make something horrible off of it. Like, oh, there's a Porsche Panamera right there. I was thinking, like, we have to define what an atrocity is in terms of automation. So, yeah, you can make something horrendous that's very obviously horrible, or we can make something that's very subtly horrible. Like, if I made a Mustang and I swapped it with a, I don't know, like what I said before, a 2JZ swapped Mustang, or maybe a front-wheel drive Mustang. That would be sacrilege to the Mustang community, and then that in itself would be an atrocity. All right, so let's It's too bad this one doesn't come with a coupe version. There's a Camaro. I've used that before. Okay, change of plans then. Oh, thanks for the donation, Childish Sin, who says front-wheel drive GT3 box. Okay, maybe we can consider that. So many ideas and not enough time to do them, but we gotta jump into something. Let's try and start with a Panamera body, and then we'll go from there. I'm just gonna set it with a reasonable baseline, and then we'll try and make something interesting out of it. Panel materials of steel. Wow, that is really loud. I don't know how loud that is on the... Goodness, that's really loud. Okay, hold up. There we go. Turn that down just a little bit. Chassis material steel. A ladder frame doesn't make any sense for this. Okay, I'm definitely seeing a front-wheel drive theme going on here, so we'll attempt to go front-wheel drive. So it's going to be front transverse engine. You're playing automation. Do I have any suggestions? What do you mean? Just take a suggestion from the very large amount of suggestions that are being put into the chat, and then should be good based on that. Now my go-to options are almost always double wishbone, but why don't we just for the fun of it, um, put coils on the front and then multi-link in the back. Oh, wait. This is gonna be a little bit rough, to say the least. Okay, let's make a new engine. Steel will make it heavy? Yeah, that's kind of the idea. So I saw... Goodness. I saw a lot of people with inline 4 suggestions. I'm also seeing a lot of V8s. This thing is going to be front wheel drive and we'll put all the weight in the front, so... Um, fiberglass body, oh goodness. Let's do a 90 degree... 90 degree V6 is a bit awkward, isn't it? Let's try that for now, and we'll make it out of cast iron just to start things off. But just to please the people who are asking for huge, let's make sure that we can still make this... Oh wait, what? Front wheel drive is not an option? Hold up. What have I broke to make this not even close to an option? Front longitudinal... Oh, whoops, wrong one. This should work now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, never mind. Fixed it. So we want to do a front wheel drive transverse V6. We could... Okay, oh, hold on. V16, flat 6, inline 6, diesel engine V8. Oh, diesel spec. Oh boy. What if we do something dumb, like a diesel spec V6? Inline 8, that's not even an option. Inline only goes up to 6. Okay, let's try and do a diesel spec V6 with a ton of displacement. Okay, that's just a little bit too big. So if we have super low stroke, we can get very high RPM, but that's not what we want at all. We really want that low RPM. So we'll raise that up, and we'll make this as big as it can be, just like that. Push rods, because of course, it's a 2012, I didn't really think about changing that. It's a 6.248 liter, so basically a 6.3 is what people would call that. Oh, thank you for the donation. You say super high power, super silent exhaust. I mean, we could just slap on some mufflers. Okay, let's just start with this, and we'll come back to it and see what we can do. And we'll definitely need turbos on this as well. We'll do a fuel economy preset to start. Carburetor? No, we'll need injection. Probably just regular injection. And leaded fuel, because of course. Well, it looks like an LS engine, although it is a V6, so I guess it could be the 4.3 with a sideways mounted thing, because it's going to be sitting just like this in the engine bay. This is probably going to stick out of the actual car, now that I think about it. Let's just go dual exhaust. And mufflers were suggested as well. 289 horsepower already is not too bad, but lots of death going on internally, which is kind of what you would expect. Okay, so... dying slowly here. So what we need to do then, if we're going to try and do a diesel spec engine, we'll just ignore quality sliders and stuff for now, but is it that diesels are like very high compression, like way up top? Is that what it is? How about 4,000 RPM limit? See, that's what I'm thinking, like really, really low RPM limit, as it currently sits at like 3,500 or something there. 3,000. And we can make 20 horsepower at 2,000 RPM. Now that's a true diesel right there. Okay, we'll put it back up to 4,000 RPM. We only make 30 horsepower. So currently the compression is all the way up, but we're gonna have to compensate for that by big F for those RPMs. Who needs RPM in this place? Okay, let's see. So we're currently using 118 octane. Okay, let's make things a little bit easier for ourselves. Put it up to ultimate, and then turn this up basically until it works. Okay. Please work, please. That's not enough. Cam profile, can you save us? Yes, there we go. 158 horsepower. That's just with a fuel economy preset. Okay, let's see if anything is restrictive. Exhaust is slightly restrictive as well. Actually losing power, getting that up too much. This engine is an atrocity. It is horrible. The pistons and conrods are dying. Um, oh yeah, you appreciate the Comic Sans in that thumbnail? I put some literally 5 seconds into that. It was a bit too easy to make, as you can tell by my description. Oh goodness, we're committing some true terrors today, as we're gonna hopefully be able to fix this, but I still don't want to make it 100% working. Do bypass valves work? Do bypass valves, yikes, work in Beam? I have no idea. I put them on usually just as a general, I don't know, just a general thing that I try to do, because people usually complain if I don't, so just trying to make up for that. 15-to-1 compression is is a bit rough. Any reason you use Newton meters instead of pound feet? Um, I don't know. It's a bit. It is a bit awkward to convert between pound feet and Newton meters if you're just trying to think about it in your head. But I'm also using horsepower, so I guess that doesn't really apply. Like, if I wanted to use Newton meters effectively, I'd be using kilonewtons or kilowatts. Sorry, not kilonewtons. Goodness, I don't know. I just use these. I just use these units, and at this point, it kind of makes sense to me. That's pretty much my reason. I don't have a good reason for that, truthfully. See, we use Canadian units, or not Canadian units. We use metric units in Canada mostly. It's like mostly the older people that use imperial units. But because like I work in engineering, and obviously a lot of things are very much interlinked with the U.S. So we have to use mixed units most of the time to be able to build stuff mostly. So oftentimes I'm using different units, and I have to convert between them to get things to work. Okay, I'm just putting things up into the forged category because well, at this point we kind of need it. Everything was wanting to die there for a while, so the best thing to do is just make it a little bit better. Still imminent death on the inside, still 184 horsepower, pretty good torque though once you get up to 2000 RPM. The turbo is not doing us any good, to be honest, with that preset. So let's just try performance. Okay, that really didn't yeah, that didn't help much, to say the least. Our torque curve is now like way up here. It boosted it up 1000 RPM, and we do make more power, but we can get more RPM out of this, which is not quite what I want. The conrods will die though once you pass 4000 RPM, so I guess we do have an excuse to leave that here. You know, if we're creating a true like thing that brings pain to all people, we need to almost have all of these with some sort of ailment, and then these as well, because everything right now is working pretty okay considering all things here. We should probably try and break it a little bit more. So if we start to mess with the piston style, hydropneumatic or hyper, oh goodness, oh no, oh no, I can't even pronounce that. Lightweight forged actually is much better for us, but we'll just leave that there. But if we start to turn this down, then we're gonna have issues. I just want to make this oh, we're not going to be able to get this because we're not going to be high up in the RPM. Never mind. What am I making here? I am making a disaster. That's what I'm doing. I'm also losing my mind at the same time. I think somebody talking about engineering turbo lag, yeah, we kind of have that in the bag right now. This is some serious turbo lag. I think I'm actually almost okay with this as is. We can try and, oh boy, that's just breaking it. We're still a little bit over, so we can maybe get rid of the knocking by turning up the cam profile quite significantly. Or, I mean, we could just leave it with a little bit of knocking as well. See, if we turn this all the way down, we're using too much octane, so that's why I have it so high. It doesn't make much sense, but yeah. We're just trying to... Oh, goodness, that's actually a lot of power. Put VTEC in it. VVT, VVL. Okay, that barely does anything, but I guess we can put that on. This is starting to become one of the most like limited engines I've ever made in my life, especially with baffled components in here. Where I'm definitely not used to that. Let's see. So our intercooler is a little restrictive. Probably get a little bit more power before we. Okay. Yeah, no, we're just losing power because of knocking, so we'll leave that there. Needs more torque to break the pistons and conrods. See, there's always the other option, which is just make the components themselves worse. So now that this stuff is all in the red, we can expect some imminent death in the beam, which is going to be pretty fun. Alright, we'll give that a try. We'll see what this terrible thing can do. Add VTech for the motherland. Thank you for your donation. Didn't I add VTech? I think I did. I added VVL. I could add... Oh, never mind. Not an option. Rest in peace. We only get VVT. Alright, let's move forward. I will avoid letting you listen to that. So I want to use this body here. Oh, it's so tall. Oh no, the coil springs. What am I doing with my life? Okay, this is going to be the off-roading Panamera, as Twin Turbos had suggested before. Front-wheel drive, off-road, and Panamera, all at once. It's oh, jeez, what are we going to do with this? You can make it really wide, which is kind of counterintuitive. Oh, you can also make it pointed, which is not going to be good for its off-road ground clearance or approach angle, I mean. This is going to have a horrendous approach angle, but I want to do it anyways. Oh, you can pinch it in as well. This is a surprisingly movable body, all things considered. Okay, I'm gonna leave that on there. More VTEC. Thank you again for your donation. Yeah, I can't get variable. I can't speak today either. Variable valve lift on there for some reason. Probably just the type of engine or the year or whatever. It does not. It's probably just push rods that prevent that. But I just find it fun to. I mean, we're making an atrocity, are we not? It's not going to be good. Okay, let's add some colors to this. See, chrome is always fun, but it doesn't work in beam, so I would rather avoid doing that. Just full carbon fiber is always an option, but again, it looks like crap in beam, so might want to avoid that as well. Full leather exterior. Now that is what I'm talking about. You do not want to get this thing scraped on the trail with your full leather exterior. So we'll make that a nice... Let's try and go for a brown leather. We'll have to make our own color here. Wide front, skinny rear. Why you gotta do this to me? That's just spooky right there. It does have 300 horsepower, so we'll probably have to widen this a little bit. But I'm liking the leather exterior. So we'll have to try and make up our own little color here. Oh, that is puke green as well. Hold up. See, pearl doesn't work in beam, so I never even use it. Never even try it. See, this is way too yellow. We have to, like, get into that brown a little bit more. There we go. It's, like, basically orange. And then caramel leather exterior. Now that is... It's like puke brown. Would you actually get a car that had an interior like this? This is like a chocolate interior. Yeah, there we go. That works for me. It's so bad. Um, oh jeez. Okay, let's make the trim aluminum, and we'll make that silver maybe, low shine, low flake. That makes it stand out a little bit. Looks actually kind of nice with that. Wheel color. We definitely need something to help us stand out of the crowd here, which means not black wheels, which is my always go-to. Oh, this see, being bad for the sake of being bad is easy. I could make these wheels like fluorescent orange or pink or something like that, and then it would just be done. It's like, okay, sweet, let's send this. But see, making it subtly bad is the key. So we're gonna go cloth wheels on this thing. It's too bad we don't have wood grain wheels because that would be even better. But so we're gonna go for a cloth wheels with, I don't know. Oh, jeez. Oh, that is like mocha. That's not a good color for this at all. See, if we go cloth, then we need to sort of replicate cloth colors, don't we? So maybe a slight white cloth, slightly puked on cloth. Sorry if I'm grossing you out with this. Slightly green is like, wait, what about mint green? Mint green cloth wheels. Lower shine, lower flake. I don't like, what is this thing? It's like a big chair and then somebody stuck gum in the chair. That's what these wheels are. I think I'm satisfied with that. Brakes will make them the same color so they match the wheels. And then we do have some other options here as well. Oh, we could go two-tone leathers. What if we went leather black? No, 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 no. That's not a good idea. We'll get rid of that. Cheddar wheels. That's not a bad idea. So that was the top color. What if we changed this one? Okay, never mind. That was the same color there. And was it this one that I just did? Oh, oh, geez. Okay, so I guess that's the alternate color option. Oh no, please. I just want to make it so that it sort of fits together. See, if we made this, oh, that's really bad too. Never mind. Never mind. We'll come back to that. We'll just change the push rod so we can get VVL or VVT. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay. We'll be making two cars today at the very least, so we can do that for the next one possibly. Okay, people are always demanding pop-up headlights, but we need to come up with a design language for this thing. What are we going to try and invoke? What kind of I don't know, feelings are we going to try to invoke from this thing? Is it going to be a look of disgust when people see that the exterior is leather and the wheels are in fact cloth? Or is it going to be a look of disdain when they see that the back end resembles nothing of an actual car and that it mostly resembles a modern art from, I don't know, the 80s? Something like that? Alright, let's see what I can do. Thank you again for the donation, by the way. Make the front high and the back low. Cannot do that, unfortunately. Automation only lets us like make the car one height, as you shall see when we get to wheels and stuff. Or suspension, actually, is where that part is. Alright. So many options. So many different things that we could do to destroy the eyes of 173 people. Thank you all for being here. See, we could try, like, one thing I like doing is designing the vehicle so it looks relatively normal and then just destroying it afterwards, like just adding the small pieces that don't work with that build. So if we have some sort of like Porsche look to it like this, for instance, then it's like, okay, this is semi-recognizable as a Porsche. And then you turn around on the back or the side or whatever, and it's like, what the heck has happened here? Who designed this? And yeah, that would be that. Right, if I turn these here, I actually like these lights, which is kind of an issue. Maybe we can just make them just objectively worse. That is horrific. Oh jeez. Okay, hold on. Let's try and recolor these a little bit, then I'll get back to you when we're ready for the next onslaught of disgustingness. Leather front lights. No, please. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. I like that too much. I'm like arguing with myself here. Okay, let's make this a bit darker, and then the background as well. Okay, I see you spamming Twingo headlights over and over again. Um, okay, hold up. Oh no, I just screwed up the camera. Rip. We'll just put it somewhere here, and then we'll work with that. Ah, rip. Whatever. Alright, what kind of disaster should we conjure out of the deep for this one? We have the front headlights done. Let me just move on in here. I'm really, I don't know. I like that, goodness. I see the Twingo headlight spam. You don't have to keep spamming that. Please and thank you. So much Twingo spam in the chat today. Oh, jeez. Are Twingo headlights even a thing in here? I totally forgot what a Twingo even looks like. Is that a bad thing? Because I almost consider it to be a bonus. Okay, what is this? Is that just a... Okay, no, that's just a square with a hole in it. Or a rectangle. So we have the lights down. We got the nice, beautiful leather lenses on those headlights. They're definitely going to be able to see out of that. We definitely need a grill. Ooh, this has immediately caught my eye. Let's try and add a little bit more detail on here than what would normally be expected of something of this caliber. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad. The funny part is that all of these fixtures are going to be made out of leather, so it's not going to go too far out of our design language. That is a little bit spooky. Oh, rip. Oh, please. All I want to do is reset the camera, but I forgot how to do that. Needless to say, if somebody knows how to do that, let me know. Oh yeah, thank you for the donation again. A leather car, and I'm not going to read the rest. Yeah, this is indeed a leather vehicle, but it's kind of a brown leather, like an old couch, like at the thrift store kind of leather. Skyline taillight. You don't have to put things multiple times, especially if you put it in caps, because I'm gonna see. But either way, okay, let's get rid of that and make that leather as well. No, the leather theme is a little too strong with this one, perhaps. But I'm liking it. I'm liking this. This is truly an automotive atrocity. We're going in the right direction for sure. Oh yeah, no, I remember the Twingo now. Somebody had mentioned that before. It's these headlights here that you're asking for. These ones. You know what? We will eventually do a car based on the Twingo. Like, I will eventually make one for the channel, but just not yet. Press Alt F4 to fix the camera? Okay, yeah, you got me there. Actually, I might be able to... Hold up. Let's make sure that this thing is saved, and we'll just go back, and then we'll reload the save file and see if it's still alive. Please do Pagani exhaust taillights. Blocky grill. I mean, these are all good options if you were talking about things that are going to be horrible. It's made of the skin of its victims? Oh no, I didn't even consider that. How many cows does this thing run over to be completely consumed and covered with leather? Pontiac grill on a Porsche? Yeah, now you're getting it. Okay, what I want to do then, we'll go back to fixtures, of course. We're not even close to done in terms of fixtures on this thing. Goodness, is that the actual shiny odd that is donated here? Exhaust on the steering wheel to act as inefficient air conditioning to add horsepower so that it turns the air quicker when you brake. That is convoluted and beautiful at the same time. Thank you for your donation. See, the problem is... Oh, geez, my phone. The problem is that exhaust on the steering wheel. Automation cars don't have interiors. which ruins that. But yeah, thank you. Oh, jeez. This stream has officially been christened by the man himself. Keep that in mind as you're chatting in the chat there. Somebody is watching you, and it's not just me. All right, we need some truly horrific instances on the front of this grill, and then we also need to do some other things that will confirm its disgust. Now, this is a part that I have seen and never used. I know it's for the back, but why don't we try it on the front of this car? Now, keep in mind, we're supposed to be building an off-roader here, but Pagani Zonda 3 exhaust tips, thank you for the donation again. But I guess we can use this this piece here as a front wing, but also a front bumper, and then it adds just a little bit extra character with these like pipes coming out of nowhere on there, but we'll make them black so they're a bit easier to see. And then make these gray as well. We'll just use the non-fixture gray. Okay, I'm liking the way this is going. So we have a grille, we have some things. Keep in mind this is a twin turbo car, and we have the engine in there as well. I put it in there just to make sure that it wouldn't stick out too much, because sometimes they just like completely stick out of the front. Wait, exhaust in the front, diffuser on the front. See, that's kind of what this is. It's the front diffuser, but kind of not really where it's supposed to be. You feel challenged to put an exhaust on the steering wheel and automation just to prove a point. See, if I had that that one interior mod thing, I don't think I have it. That's one thing I keep meaning to download, but I don't have. Losing my voice and sanity at the same time today. But that one does come with a steering wheel, I think, so you could try it. The frontal exhaust tips. See, people are suggesting Pagani exhaust, and then people are like front exhaust, and then people are like put exhaust in the steering wheel, and now I'm like, why don't we just put a stack on the back of it and then stick that out the side just like that? I mean, it does look like a tail, just like the cat car as you had previously seen, but I mean, we have a lot of options. Subaru Impreza air intake, thank you for your donation. Yikes, so many ideas. I actually have to just like build something now. That's the big problem here. We have the front grille, which fits perfectly with this. So perfectly, in fact, that I'm a little bit afraid that I was so drawn to it. Oh, that is flawless. Right, change that so it's the same or at least similar to that piece there. And there you go. Now that is a very well done front end, if I do say so myself. Don't worry, I'm not too serious. Not yet, at least. We're not done. We've got some more work to do. Okay, we do have options for lights as well. That I think I should slap on. Skyline taillight exhaust. Don't worry, I see you're spamming. Please stop spamming. If we take, I want to see. Okay, I can't even comprehend this anymore. I want to add some sort of fog lights, but I also want to mesh it into the grille itself. So this chrome is obviously not going to work. It's got to be leather or maybe black to mesh with that a little bit better. And again, chrome is a no. If we make this turn signal, so it doesn't actually have any forward lights, which is a good thing. No, jeez. Okay, just like that. What is this? All right, I'm not done yet. I have an idea as well that I wanted to do from the start. I think if we take this and then we put it in the middle and we make it black, or like the gray, the dark gray, then it sort of completes the look a little bit better. This is just a menagerie of pieces now, isn't it? I'm wondering if this front downforce is even gonna work. Like that's the real question. All right, front semi-complete, design language on point. Now we can start working on some of the other things. So somebody had suggested a scoop, and I am very much in line with that idea. We could put a Subaru scoop just right up there. Does not make any sense at all, but I mean, it does give it like that one little sense of off-roading, so we'll go with that. Oh yeah, no, I don't have any chat mods. I am this single chat mod, so if somebody's out a little bit too far, then I'll just kind of quietly shadow ban them for 300 seconds, because thankfully the game does, or sorry, YouTube does allow me to do that. Okay, let's put a big shot through piece of, I don't know, it looks like the window's been shot, that's the idea. And the thing about having a leather car as well is I was thinking of putting rust on it, but it wouldn't rust, it's made out of leather. Okay, oh shit. It's got like a little stabbing thing at the side of it. It's probably more meant for the side of the vehicle than anything. Okay, it didn't, it fixed itself, but it is extremely temperamental. Come on, thing. You got this. Right into the front window. Somebody tried to assassinate the driver of this car when they saw how rough it was. Either that, or the driver shot out the window at somebody trying to touch the leather. There we go. Can you imagine? Like, you can't wash this car. You would have to spray it down with leather cleaner, and then be able to, I don't know, scrub it? That would be rough. Okay, we'll get to exhaust in a bit, but first I want to complete... Oh, we've got hood pins. Let's add those in. Okay, we've got hood horns now, because hood pins are slightly more temperamental than they should be. We'll just add those pieces in there. We'll change that red so it's leather, because of course it's gotta be. Now, we need... I'm going to add a wiper to it, I think. But we'll do some slight... just ever so slight different things with the wipers that are not really meant to be. Like, what if we just had a wiper like this, and we put it up at the top, and it came down like some kind of supercar? Like, that is the reverse of what actually happens on those cars. Like, usually they're like this. Something like this would be for a fast car, but if we turn that around, we can come up with our own design, and then it doesn't make any sense at all. It totally blocks the view, but it is perfect. Okay, let me make this just a little bit, not that way, a little bit bigger like that. Oh jeez, you know, it totally reminds me, like, the front end of it, as I look at this, it's like, just from a glance, it looks like a Lancer. Like, it looks like one of those old Evos, and then you kind of turn around and you see the W grill and the pipe sticking out the thing, and then the diffuser on backwards and the mint wheels, and you realize that you're in hell. Alright. Next thing on the list, I'm just going to go down the car from the front to the back, and then we'll work on some side stuff later, and we need to make this off-road ready. Okay, Skyline tail light exhaust guy. I think it might be time that you went onto a secret police-esque... Oh jeez, I can't even click you, the chat's moving so fast. Put this user in a timeout. Rest in peace. Right, we need door handles. Yeah, no, don't take this as a example of my designing abilities. This is an example of the I am losing my mind abilities, which are not as often shown. Oh, thank you, Kevin, for the donation. Just says 100. I appreciate that. See, the thing about this car is that these are also made out of leather, so you have to grab hold of a leather handle when you want to open up your car. Does it make any sense? Yeah, it does not. Don't worry about it, though. Let's put one without a lock on the back. I mean, if we wanted to go for very subtle things, we could put the lock on the back only, so you can only lock the back doors. It's like a true limo. Okay, why don't we do this, though? We'll put the door handles really low, and we'll make these, like, suicide doors. So if you want to open up this door here... Actually, let's move that here. then you're grabbing it from here and then sliding it out the... Oh wait, that doesn't make sense. I guess it doesn't make sense as kind of part of the build though. You have to reach down really low to grab it, and then it opens up, but the back door is like a gull wing suicide door, so yeah, we can pretend at least. Alright, let's work on the roof. Now, we want to make this thing off-road ready. We want to go off-road prepped as much as we can. Now, there are some prefabricated roof things that we can use for that, so we'll check those out and see if they have any purpose here. Put the door handles on the bottom of the car. Senseless and wonderful. I think that's basically what has happened here. See, I'm trying to go for something that's at least moderately reasonable, but also just bad at the same time. But that's really hard. Like, it's way easier to make something that is just horrifically bad, and I mean that's why the title of this is Automation Atrocities. We are committing atrocities here more than the likes of the usual cars that I make, but not by much. Goodness, thank you for the donation. Next up, make a hot hatch. Small, lots of power, front wheel drive like a Golf GTI. That's always an option. I'll keep that in mind. Okay, so we have we have a couple possibilities, like putting this on there. See, this is always a fun thing for me. I like these pieces here. I also like how they just dip down straight into the wheels. Doesn't make any sense, but I also did it on the Crown Vic thing that I made, so it's just kind of fun, if nothing else. See, if we put it central just like that, it kind of clips through the body, so it makes it the pure Savannah version of this car. Okay, maybe we could always put it like that as well. It's like, I guess if you wanted to have like a significant amount of storage on the top, you could do that, but doesn't make much sense. What is this piece? Ooh, ladders. Ladders are interesting. Oh yeah, okay. Hold up, I have a new idea now. So this is unfortunately reversed, so let's flip it around. Just like that. And then we'll put a ladder so you can get up to the top of the car from the back. Copy this thing. Duplicate, please. There we go. So we'll take this piece, and then... Oh yeah, there it is. There it is. What is even happening? Hold up. No. It's so much shorter than the other piece. It doesn't make any sense at all. It's just stretching itself completely over the body. Okay, you know what? We're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit here. It's just gonna have to be all one big ladder. The steps are gonna be very widely gapped, so mind your step as you're trying to get up there. It's so flat. It doesn't make any sense. A ladder spoiler. Interesting idea. Ladder wing. Ladder door handles. Wait a minute. Okay, let's give that ladder spoiler a try first. So if we put this on here and then we just rotate it, it doesn't make any sense at all. But wait a minute. Oh, that is horrible. It looks like those old cars that used to have like racks on the back bumper, and then you could put stuff in the rack on the back bumper. Like that's what this kind of reminds me of. I have no idea if that is too good or too bad or just right. But for now, let's add one of these things on the top, like a true 4x4, even though it's actually just front wheel drive. And then we will call that a day. Should we make this thing out of leather, or should we make it into metal, or just make it all leather? Literally everything into leather. The 4x4 piece definitely has to be leather, though. Oh wait, no, that's not it. There it is, that's the one. 4x4 in leather on the top of our roof rack. Now that is some true off-roading capability there. It's like, just from this angle, it could be a Lancer with a roof rack. One of those riced out Lancers with a roof rack on it. But anyways, okay, let's get onto the back taillights and stuff, and then we'll start to add some small touches here and there just to give it the proper look. The windshield backwards blowers. Okay, that's maybe a little bit too obvious. Yikes. Alright. Let's see, there's always the option of just slapping on a big Dodge Charger or Dodge just every vehicle. Even the Durango has this thing on it now. Piece on there and just leaving that. There's also these as an option, just like the most basic, really small taillights. And just leave the back end just like a leather sofa just stitched on there. Okay, this person is back with their Skyline taillight exhaust thing going on. Oh. Why don't we we could interpolate that idea a little bit, not take it exactly, but just try and do something. See, this piece is here because it's no. This is wait, what happened to the other side of it? Oh, there it is. Okay. That is really bad. Yeah, the guy who's spamming has been noticed because I had previously shadow banned him, so it's just gonna happen again. Most likely. And I'm banned. Yeah. Not yet. Okay, let's try and make that thing again, but this time instead of using the pre-made thing, I'm gonna use my own version of it, which will be probably worse in every possible measurable way. So let's make that just a just a gray. This exhaust piece will disappear when we put down the actual exhaust, by the way. That's not just gonna stick out there. Although it would be kind of funny if it did. Mustang taillights. There we go. Thank you for the donation. You say, could your next car be a Supra with the biggest engine possible and side pipes? Possibly. I don't exactly know what I'm going to be doing. Put a roof rack on the hood. Thank you for that donation as well. I'm pretty set on the roof rack where it is, but we could try a roof rack in other places as well. I'm thinking we still need to fill up this back section with something. Those ladders are not out of the question yet, so we're gonna be trying some different things. Right. Let's So what I want to do is the circle taillight idea, but instead we're gonna do the Pagani exhaust idea because I did like that one more, where we have the like multiple exhausts out the back. Now there is an option for that. There's like these multi exhaust pieces like this, but I don't think they look too good, so we'll just try to make our own out of other mufflers. Oh, and Overlord is messaging me on Steam, so you can probably see that. You know, we didn't even consider putting turbos on this thing. It does have twin turbos. Like, we could just put them on here just like this. Kind of just cutting into the window a little bit, you know, because you want to breathe in that exhaust. The logo is the exhaust? Now that is an interesting one that I've never seen before. Bugatti Veyron taillights. You see, this is just like a big black piece on the back of the car for now. So we'll have to, I don't know, come up with something. Oh, I do like these. I've used them before. They're kind of like new Jeep taillights. So if we put these on here, we made them big. Like, far too big. It's just like a little frog looking at you. Alright. If we make that just like that, make them on the outside black. See, that's something. I don't know if it's a good thing, but it's something. Bringing that down just like that. See, now this is where I experiment with different ideas to try and, I don't know, come up with different ideas to use in the future cars, but as of right now, this is just terrible. Okay, so we have a giant rectangular exhaust piece that we can use, which is currently not really working very well. Why is that? It's kind of just sticking out the... Oh, there we go. Yeah, you know what? We'll just make our own. Probably for the best, anyways. Needs a big wing. See, I might avoid the big wing on this one, because I did do one on the last car that I made. The big wing is fun for sure, though. Okay, so we have like the new Honda Civic style exhaust coming out the back of it. We'll just make it huge, because why would we not? And then we'll make them dark colored as well, so they kind of blend in. And by blend in, I guess that doesn't really blend in that much. Well, that is very unique, to say the least. That is quite unique. Okay, what we can do as well. I mean, we're trying to commit some automotive atrocities today, are we not? So why don't we duplicate these headlights 4 times, and then we just take these and shrink them down just a little bit to make them fit, but like slightly unevenly so that they don't really match up. And then, yeah, that sort of works. Oh yeah, okay. So then what we can do is take this piece and then make it red so that it doesn't have 50 turn signals, because who wants to be able to see this thing turn anyways? So it's only got 1 set of turn signals, and it's got a mountain of lights which fill out the entire back of it. Okay, let me see though. We still need a diffuser, of course. Can't get by without a diffuser on this. We do have a few options thanks to the Super GT pack. Okay, that's sticking out just a little bit too much. This car is called the Ooh Ooh. Make the exhaust sideways. Oh no, what is this? Okay, no, that's just the message. Alright, let's figure out this diffuser and then we'll get on to the rest of the stuff. I don't have as many diffuser options as I used to, which is unfortunate. But this is looking good. Sorry, still slightly dying. Just a permanent thing at this point, especially when I'm making cancer like this. Oh, that is huge. I do not know how I feel about that, but it is massive. It almost fits with the theme of having something that sticks way out on the front. And then what we can do is we can magic erase, which is what I'm calling this fixture now. We can just magic erase the inside of this thing, so we'll just move that up and then just extend this magic eraser all the way out. Just like that. Maybe a bit less than that. Oh no, please. Duplicate. Shrink. Cry. There we go. And then just bring that down so it fills the gap. I just cut out a lot more of that than I anticipated doing. I'm almost... Should we just leave that? That almost looks good. Like, it almost makes sense for this being an off-road vehicle. Having that cut out is a little bit too much fun. Okay, I'm going to put an exhaust on it as well. Or, I already put exhaust. I'm going to put a license plate on it. Inset, offset. These mod plates do not work as well as I would like. 3 diffuser layers? Oh wait, what's this? The exhaust is down here. It's not liking this? We could have a fake exhaust and then have a real one as well. Oh, you know why? The reason that this is like that is because it has dual exhaust. Jeez, okay, we're gonna need more exhaust pipes. More exhaust required, so let's duplicate this and then put it down, and then we'll have to the stacked exhaust on the inside looks so strange. Okay, let's move that up just a little bit so it's at least a little closer, and then I'm gonna try to put another thing underneath it to make it look reasonable, with reasonable being a very relative word in this case. There we go, and then make that all plasticky. there we go. Now that is what I'm talking about. I can't even say that number of door handles. That is probably not going to happen. I'm satisfied with the 2, and I'm questioning myself even with 1. I don't think anybody would actually want to get into this vehicle. Okay, now that we have this done-ish, kind of, we probably should just ban this person at yeah. Hopefully that works. We'll see what that does. You actually made the Bugatti taillight inserts? That's pretty cool. Not many people can say they've worked on parts for a Bugatti. Please ban the spammers? Yeah, that's just what I did there. I don't know how effective that is though. We'll see. We'll see if it works. And it did not work. Okay, hold up. I mean, YouTube does give some tools for this kind of thing, but it's not exactly easy. There we go. There we go. Got it. Okay. Their messages should be hidden now, so we should be good in the clear. Yeah, there we go. All right. So I guess that's an effective way to ban people on here. All right. Let me know if anybody else is causing issues. Anyways, yeah, we are definitely going to attempt to try this in Beam. We'll see how bad that turns out. Let me see, though. What kind of wheels do we need to put on here? See, usually I just gravitate to something that I would never use otherwise. And stuff like this definitely fit that memo. But now we have options to have colored wheels, which is cool. So we're definitely going to go with that. And they're definitely going to be yellow. Because why would they not be? That's just too good. Okay, I like how this is cut out really poorly like that, and I like where this off-road spec vehicle is going. Let's add a couple more things, and then we'll move on to actually driving it in Beam, and then we'll make something else with a bit more speed, because this vehicle's taken a while. This surprising death trap has taken a long time to make. Okay, let's put those ladders onto it before I forget about them. If I can find the ladders again. I think they were, yes, this. Okay, let's do dual ladders. We'll put one on each side as we attempt to climb up to the basket on this thing. Okay, this does not make any sense. There we go. Now you can't see out of the back window, which does make total sense. Oh, hold up. Let me fix the glitched texture there. There we go. So we've got dual ladders climbing up the sides. And I think we're going to avoid a proper back wing, but we will put something just small there, like a lip, just to give it a bit of texture. These lips never quite work the way I want them to, but we'll try it anyways. Like, it barely even does anything. Yeah, that's not quite what I was after. If we just wrap that around, it kind of just blurs the lines on the car. It just makes the back look a little muddled. It doesn't make any sense, but yeah, we'll throw one of those on. Why not? At this point, with the way that this has been going, can it really get that much worse? The answer? Yes. Yes, it can. Add a tow hook. Remove the rims so it weighs less. See, if we could, then I would. But we can't. We gotta see if these rims can be resized with the tire color as well. That'll be an interesting thing. Okay, what else do we need to add? It looks so bad. You gotta reread the title if you wanna know why that is. What else should we add to this before we pack things up and go on to do the drivetrain and then drive it in Beam? Turbochargers as door handles? I don't mind that idea. What's your opinion on the Mustang Mach-E? A serious question in a very not serious stream. The Mustang Mach-E looks pretty interesting. I just wish that electric cars were more affordable, because I'd like to get one because I spend a ridiculous amount of money in gas every day trying to get to work. I spend like $20 in gas just to get to work every day. So I wish I had an electric car. I wish I could afford one. But anyway, let's put some more destruction on the windshield. Oh, you know what we can do? Hold up here. That little fixture gave me an idea. Not necessarily a good idea, but definitely an idea. Oh, we do have the option to put fans as well here. Not that that makes any sense. Oh, that's actually... Hold up. We could put some of these in here. Okay, so they have interior fans and then exterior fans as well. If we just put a big fan on there and then put it up a layer. Okay, I like that. I like that idea. Oh, mirrors. Yeah, mirrors are probably important. That's a good thing to note. Snorkel. I did put a snorkel on one of my cars in the past. It was not easy to do because there's no base snorkel mod in this game or anything like that. You have to make it yourself. Okay, what kind of mirrors do we need? Truck mirrors? Just mirrors that don't... mirrors that are way too big. I don't know why these ones come so big. I think this is default game as well. But they are just massive. We'll get rid of those. Put a license plate on it that says pain. I don't think you can actually adjust license plates. Door fan, side tow hooks. Oh, I'm liking these ideas. I'm also liking the idea of just having like truck mirrors on here. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't have to, because they're truck mirrors. Why would they? You'll be able to see behind you for sure. Oh, gas cap. That's another good point for the people who actually like to refuel their cars. Let's just put that on the back. Put that right here. That's our gas cap because it's a race car after all, isn't it? Bus mirrors, semi mirrors. Oh geez, big boy mirrors. Tow hooks again. Okay, tow hooks it is. If I could find them, where the heck are they? Yikes! I do not know where the tow hooks are. Oh, ooh. Oh no, we wouldn't be able to tow with it, unfortunately. How delayed is the stream? It shouldn't be very much. That's bad grammar. It shouldn't be delayed very much. Mostly because I keep it on just a normal delay. Like I don't go low latency because I don't want to yeah, everything seems to be fine. I don't want to go low latency because it reduces the quality of the video, and especially in Beam that doesn't make a lot of sense. Plastic trim, I already went aluminum trim, so I'm kind of good on that. Oh, we do have body molding, and that was one of the things I was gonna do. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Slightly losing it here, as you may be able to see. Where the heck is that one part that I'm looking for? Anyways. I think we're okay. Passenger mirrors now? Oh, passenger mirrors. Yeah, you know, they need to see behind you as well. I think we've been successful with this thing in creating something. Oh, we should probably put a license plate on it, right? I was going to do that and then I kind of stopped doing it. What should it say? Concept? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's gotta be this. It's gotta be that. Side diffuser. Overuse of the body molding. Eyelashes. How long will this car even last in the test drive? Probably 5 minutes. Let's be real. What is this? This is your nightmares personified. That's exactly what this is. Okay, let's move on to the build portion of the build. Build portion of the build. It's the actual, like, I don't know, functional part of it instead of these taillights. I'm very interested to see those light up, by the way. That's going to be great. It's another serious question and not so serious stream. Let's say you could have any car in the world regardless of gas prices for it. What car would that be? I don't know. Like if I was gonna daily drive anything in the world, um, I'd probably just pick something really comfortable. Like I'd get a Rolls Royce or something like that, just because I cruise the highway to work. So it would make sense to be able to cruise the highways. Okay, let's go for a 4-speed manual. And yeah, I know what you're thinking there. The 2-speed auto is not, unfortunately, an option in this year. So the lowest amount of ratios we can get is a 4-speed. 4-speed auto is probably as bad as it can get. Like even my 17-year-old car is a 5-speed auto. Like that's pretty low on the stuff there. Pretty low on the gears, goodness. See, I'm losing my mind more than I'd like to, but at the same time, this is way too fun. Okay, let's go to let's try and gear it semi-properly. We'll have to come back and fix all that anyways. If we go open diffs, this is just going to be a wheel spin machine. So what I think I'm going to do is a manual locker, just for that front wheel drive off-road capability. Because if you forgot already, this was supposed to be an off-roading car, and it's kind of not. Can we make something that doesn't suck? Yeah, probably not. If you want to watch something that doesn't objectively suck and is more subjectively bad, then you'll probably want to watch my regular videos. Okay, let's go to cross-ply tires. Oh no. Um, See, cross-ply is almost perfect for this, because if we shrink down the rims... Oh no, never mind. I've just realized what this does. So the mod that I'm using for this, the rim size is part of the tire cover piece. So having 17-inch rims, it means that oh, that's so awkward. So it'll consume the whole wheel as well. You can kind of see that here. So that the actual tire width is super small, and then the rim width is all the way out here because it has these big decorative pieces on it, which is going to be really awkward trying to roll down the street. So I think we should probably actually do that. And they're going to be huge as well. They're going to be monstrous wheels, because of course we need that. Let's go sports compound just so we don't slip too much. Lowest top speed is better. See, sometimes I agree with you, sometimes I don't. Let's go magnesium wheels, and we'll make these huge. Now this car is going to be heavy, so if this doesn't work with these skinny wheels, we might actually go back and change the body panel type to like carbon fiber or something ridiculous, just so we can get this to work, because this is way too good. So 155 offset makes this a train, except with some wide tracks. Is this actually going to fly? Probably. Okay, what I'm going to do to give it at least some chance of survival, I'm going to increase the actual wheel size, because otherwise it's just plain and simply not going to work. So we'll put it up to be a 720 wheel like size. That'll hopefully help us. Largest wheels possible. See, this is where we're getting. This is like beauty in its finest. We could also go massive rear wheels, which doesn't make any sense. And you can see that step down there as well. But I'm liking this just a little bit too much so far. Okay, let's move on. It's gonna roll over. It probably is gonna roll over. But you know what? This thing is gonna be fast. As somebody just said there, it has much lower rolling resistance than most vehicles because of how thin its wheels are. Okay, we need some brakes. Smallest, crappiest drums possible. That's always an option. No, I just oh, I don't even know what to say there. I'm just not surprised that somebody tried to assassinate all 4 passengers in this car, assuming we don't just put 1 seat in it, which we might. Okay, let's oh, somebody just invited me to a Xbox One party. That's not gonna happen. Let's do 1 piston vented discs on the front and the back, and then we'll just have to make them massive, like just the biggest brakes possible in these wheels, so they take up the entire size of the wheels like that, and then we'll kind of try to adjust them so that they work. At least that's what I'm thinking. Please, drums. Drums all the way around. All around drums. Tiny vented discs. Okay, that's like the opposite of what I was planning on doing. Worst drums. Okay, fine. The drums idea is not a bad one. But also we're going to make them huge. They're going to just be massive drum brakes. Because why would we not put massive drum brakes on this? It needs some sort of ways to stay alive. Okay, we could go downforce, but I'm going to go off-road just for the fun of it. And then have a really low rollover resistance. Yeah, well. Oh, wait, what happened to the back? The back wheels lost their offset. We gotta fix that. And just like massive clicking. Oh, yeah. Because I cut out this back portion, it like really sticks out. That's that's really good. I like that a lot. Okay, 420 mil drum brakes on both the front and the back. We'll come back to that in a bit. Off-road skid tray, brake airflow, probably gonna need that. Cooling airflow, let's turn that all the way up because I don't want it to brake too hard, even though it's not really stressed that much. It's kind of broken in all other ways. So the actual Panamera is only 4 seats, so we could go with that. Or we could go wide fenders on the front means wider tires, more traction. See, we don't really care about traction in these parts. We just want to drive. And if that means we're wheel spinning the entire way, then so be it. How much gas does this car take? We don't know yet. We're getting there. Okay, let's go for a handmade interior because this thing is handmade on the outside. It's leather on the outside. It's gotta be leather on the inside. And don't forget that the wheels are made out of cloth. Entertainment, luxury, infotainment. This is gonna weigh way more than it should. So we'll keep those 4 seats, but we might end up changing some of the other things as well. I'm just going to keep this like traction aid stuff there just so we can stay alive. And then 0 safety because why would we need anything safe on this? Let me see though. We need active comfort suspension. Oh geez. Yeah, active comfort. Just like the best. Oh no, it doesn't even work. The front tires have blown. No. We're going to have to make the rear width, or the front tire width a little bit wider, which sucks, but we'll figure that out in a bit. Okay, what can we get away with this? How small can we make these? Like if we shrink the rim size 1, it has strong understeer, but it does work. Okay, so we kind of have to come up with a debate here. Should we go for slightly wider wheels? Oh no, that's still gonna blow them. Oh no. Okay, so it definitely is the rims that are screwing it up. We'll have to go 21s, which is sad, but yeah, 21-inch rims. That's as good as we can get on here. But it has very strong understeer, so that's a good thing. We'll just completely ignore all warnings from now on. And now if we go for an off-road preset, it is a monster. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm definitely gonna keep that as well. Off-road preset, which means maximum ride height, which means if we take a look at the graph. Oh, oh no. Oh no. This front-wheel drive car is just a little bit worse than you might have anticipated, and also it gets 96.4 liters per 100 kilometers. 96.4. Somebody convert that into MPG for those who don't have metric. 96.4. Good lord, that is horrible. Okay, should we even try to fix that? Oh, you know what? The brakes are actually they're actually really strong. That is surprising. The wheels are all over the place, which is I guess what you'd suspect. Top speed is down to 250, so we can make that there. There's no wheel spin at all, which is hilarious. Now this is some true understeer and also some great 4-speed action here. I am impressed with myself and my ingenuity. I am, you know, I went to school for engineering. Like, This is what you get when you go through the Canadian education system. And also, it appears that somebody's wrestling a chair upstairs or something, because a lot of noise. Sorry about that. 2 MPG. Oh, jeez. That is perfect. It is. Oh, I think I just took a picture of my pocket while holding my phone. That is a bit too good on the timing there. This is the most beautiful creation I have ever made in my life, and I don't know if anybody can argue with that. 97 liters per 100 kilometers. 97. Get ready for a world of pain when we try and drive this in Beam. I'm very excited though. I'm very very excited. Hopefully it works. Like it seems like every just stupid car that I make just does not work at all in Beam. People are suggesting camber. We could just. Oh wait, hold up. Can we even adjust the camber? We can't adjust the camber at all on the front, but we could adjust it on the back. We just have to spam it. That's really bad. That is so bad. Yeah, I guess the suspension type up there just doesn't let us adjust the camber because it's coil springs, so that would make sense. Okay, I'm pretty darn satisfied with how this has turned out. Let's go ahead and try it in Beam, and we'll see how it works. I'm also super happy that the stream is working as well, and there hasn't been any drops. Oh yeah, we need a name for this, so I'm gonna call it Leatherface. Sorry, I might have hit the mic there. My keyboard is right underneath it. So Leatherface, and then what else should we call it? We need a secondary name. See, somebody is saying Louis Vuitton Baja Bag. You know, Baja Bag is not a bad name. Baja Bag. And the engine is, we'll just give it some stats. 300 horsepower, I think. I don't even remember at this point. 4K RPM. V16. Wait, sorry, V6. Not a V16 yet. And then, variant name, I don't know, just help me, please. There we go. That works for me. Let's go ahead and export this thing, if it'll even work. The camber charger. Oh, the leather just looks like a mud pit. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, jeez. The back end is particularly interesting. Let's export this Lancer slash Pontiac slash Porsche slash off-road vehicle slash Hellspawn nightmare that really should be killed in Doom. But we'll get there eventually. You know what? We need to take some photos of this before its inevitable demise in Beam, because I'm sure it's going to explode. I'm quite sure of that, in fact. The exporter has been hurting me all these years. Okay, let's try. My default like thumbnail place now is the white showroom because it's just so perfect. But look at this beauty. Have you seen anything more lovely in your entire existence? Oh yeah, no, we definitely have to focus on the target here, and we'll snap a 4K shot of that. And then the game is going to break as well, because it always does. As soon as you take a picture, the recording stops, so I apologize in advance for that. I'm just going to quickly snap a picture here, and then I'll make it work again. There we go. Alright. I think we're good to go. I think it might be time to try this thing out in Beam. And also it's still totally broken there, so I'll just put on a bit of a screen. Where's the Doom guy when we need him? Yeah, we need Doom guy here immediately. As long as it has wheels and it rolls, the Doom guy will kill it. That's pretty much his thing. Oh yeah, did I export it? Didn't even think about that. I think I did just export it, didn't I? Okay, never mind. Doubting myself. Let's just get into Beam quickly, and then we'll try this thing out. It's actually been an hour and a half of building that monstrosity. Absolute death. In many ways, more ways than one. Let's get things set up here. All right. Sorry, gonna just drag my controller across my entire desk and create a noise that mimics the noise that this car is gonna make when we spawn it in. Make the car for download? Let's just avoid populating anybody else's computer with this filth, okay? We'll leave that for just mine. Oh, there it is. Oh no. Oh, please no. What is gonna happen when we spawn this in? Is it just gonna disintegrate? That's the real question. See, there's a mud pit over in this map, and that's the reason I wanted to come here. Oh, it works. It works. It isn't breaking. Oh, yes. Now we're gonna have some fun. Alright. Hopefully you can hear it. I don't think you can, so I'm just gonna turn it up a little bit. And I'll also turn it up for me as well. Automation is actually louder than this thing is. Oh, the manual locker is gonna come in handy with this front wheel drive. Okay, no, we just lost like half the fixtures. But the suspension isn't even that bad. Like, off-road suspension, thin wheels. This is a true Baja crawler here. Okay, up into drive again. Immediately we're down in the mud pit, so let's lock our front diff. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why the UI, oh. Okay, I might have found the car's one weakness, and that is anything that looks remotely similar to its color, which is literally just mud brown. Well, somebody's gonna have to call Alfred to come and clean up the leather on this one, because I don't think it's gonna be coming out too easy. That much filth. I'm so surprised it actually drives. Like, what should we do with this thing now? I guess we could try Pike's Peak with it. That would be interesting. We could also burn through a ridiculous amount of fuel. With 2 MPG, there is no such thing as fuel economy on this car. I don't even know how it got that bad. I'm guessing it's just because of the 15 or plus 15 yeah, it's plus 15 compression that I put on this, isn't it? Oh yeah, by the way, sorry. Look at the back end. I really like the look of it. Like, oh, hold on, let me go into neutral. Or this is an automatic, so we'll go into park. But without that diffuser, like, this back end actually looks really good. I'm very happy with that. It's cut off, so it's like a perfect off-roading spec rear end to it. Like, I might actually have to revisit this concept in the future. That's what we get when we mess with a vehicle, to the point that it's so bad, it's good. At least in some ways. Oh yeah, to the people mentioning Shiny Odd, he was actually here earlier, and he graced the stream with his ideas of putting a exhaust pipe out of the steering wheel. So you might expect to see that on one of his future streams. Yeah, I am in Toronto, for people asking about that for some reason. I think it says that on my Twitter and my Steam and everywhere else, so it's not exactly a secret. This is a Baja Porsche to be reckoned with. Like, underneath it's not actually too bad. It's just the fixtures that make it unique, and also the fact that the axle is completely to the side and that the brakes are all drum brakes. Those things don't exactly help. Alright, let's get this thing moving. And we'll probably want to put that front thing back on because it keeps falling off. How much have you missed? Literally an hour and a half. That's how much you've missed. And you're now seeing the product of this hour and a half of lots of very tedious work. Turn off the diff, really? You want to see that one wheel peel? Oh, yikes. Okay, so did somebody, I think somebody mentioned as well that they were a fan of the idea of driving this up Pikes Peak. We could try that. I also want to try some minor off-roading as well. So we'll give that a shot. That's what it's supposed to do, but it is a bit more of a... He's still watching this stream? Okay. The good part about front-wheel drive is we can lock up the back wheels and then drive this tragedy any way we want to. I am genuinely impressed that it works. I think the last creations that I made, both of them didn't work, or was it just the limo that didn't? Oh no, yeah, it was just the limo that didn't work, which I guess you would kind of suspect because it's a limo in a game that doesn't actually have any stock limos. Okay, we're kind of breaking it just a little bit. Let's take it to a new place. Let's try it out. The giant mud pit car. Well, it's not that big. Alright, so I do have Pikes Peak still somewhere. Pikes Peak gravel. Let's go to the Devil's Playground. I guess that's where you would find this kind of thing. Am I going to be building another? I think so. I think I have time. Actually, let me make sure I have time. Actually, I do not have time. Uh-oh. Well, things might get cut off here. We're only going to be making one car, unfortunately. But we'll just drive it for the next, like, couple minutes or so. Turn off the diff for better turnability. I kind of did. Oh, man, I'm sad. I wanted to make another car, but I'm out of time. But, you know what? It's okay. I'll be able to stream again, hopefully, in the next couple weeks. And then we can continue to make some of these disasters. Surprisingly, there are 200 people watching this, by the way, watching this disaster unfold. Oh, yes, there we go. That's the shot. The wheel spin off the line with this car, 4,000 RPM of fury. Pikes Peak is, I've actually not been here since building this new PC, so it's surprising that it isn't lagging. Let's get up to the Devil's Playground, though, near the top of Pikes Peak. This is the gravel version for obvious reasons. And we'll see if we can just, I don't know, play up there for a bit. The gunshot things really add to this. At least I think so. Will you stream later on? Probably not today, but maybe in a couple weeks when I have time. I think coming up in the next couple weeks is actually going to be the showcase stream, so I'll be streaming there as well, which should be pretty fun. Door handle notice you? I can't even see the door handles because this thing is so dark. Oh, geez. Okay, I was distracted by chat and did not turn for that corner. Yeah, who really needs to turn? I mean, this car doesn't really turn that well anyways. Oh, yeah, somebody wanted to see the taillights. They don't all light up in the way that I would have liked them to. And the headlights as well are really funny because they do light up, but they're leather lenses, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Look at the fuel gauge, just watch it drop down as I drive here. If I can keep it going for at least a decent amount of time, we might actually be able to run out of fuel, because it's probably horrific. Oh, fuel economy, yeah, that's a good idea actually. Alright, let's shift into park. I'm really not used to automatics in this game. Let's put on that fuel economy widget, and you'll be able to see how that goes. I think I still have it. Fuel consumption, there it is. Alright, let's put the fuel consumption thing just right down here so you can see. It's right next to the vehicle config. We'll take a look. Okay, somebody is still wrestling with a chair upstairs. We'll just have to ignore that. Oh, go forward, go forward. Why is it made out of leather? Why would it not be made out of leather? Alright, so our current, we currently have 50 some odd liters of fuel, but it's dropping very rapidly. We're currently getting 345 liters per 100 kilometers, varying between about 200 and 300. So once we get to a decent speed where we're not just full on accelerating, then yeah. i3 hypercar for next vid? Maybe at some point. i3s are still very temperamental, so I don't exactly want to do that yet. But we shall see. Oh, yikes, this car is interesting to drive. Its handling is absolutely horrible, as you would probably suspect, just based on the fact that it blends a little bit too well into the surroundings, and the understeer on it was ridiculous. But I've got a lot of good ideas for the future because of this. Oh, please don't break, please don't break. Okay. But I've got a lot of good ideas based on what we've just done in this build. Like, cutting out the back end and having the back wheels exposed like that is super cool, and I want to do that in the future. The ladders are something I didn't realize I had, so we can use those on some more off-road builds. And I really like the double stacked exhaust. I think that's so cool. So it should be cool to see. For future videos, I mean. Not going to be doing that again just yet. I find builds like this to be fun, just because I get to try different weird things, and then it's so bad already that it's not that bad to just try something dumb, see if it works, and then just roll with it. Oh yeah, we're absolutely going to drop this off the cliff up at the top, by the way, so get ready for that. And 300 horsepower, or whatever it is, never felt so slow in my life. I didn't check the weight on this car, but it's probably very, very heavy. Oh yeah, you can see the potential of death that we have if we roll off the cliff. And I think once we hit that target fuel economy of 350 liters per 100 kilometers, which is 0.5 mpg according to somebody mentioning it there, yikes, we could probably do worse than that. The transmission is all over the place with only 4 speeds. It's really bad, but we're getting close to the top. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, what I want to do before we get too far is attempt to deke around. We're already halfway, almost done the fuel tank there. We've got another 10 liters to go, but it's dropping so quick. I'm scared that we're gonna run out of gas before we get to the top of this. If we actually just tried to run Pikes Peak as is with the base amount of fuel, we might not make it with this car. Like, that's how bad the fuel economy is. Oh, there we go. That was perfection. But we're getting up to the top slowly. Very slowly. So close. I can see it. I can also see the great blue beyond over there where the mod maker forgot to model the rest of the world. I'm fairly certain if the last Bugo that I made actually worked, that it would probably be faster than this car, just based on power to weight ratio alone. That is very likely to be the case. But off-road suspension-wise, it's not bad. Like, the body itself, if we took off all of the other stuff, then it might actually be functional. Like, it might actually work. See, if we turn on the diff lock, we're going to struggle with turning, which is already an issue with this car, because it is very, very deep into the understeer category, like, to an extreme extent, so I don't want to break it too much. Let's try to avoid that. Alright, we're getting close, come on. Where are we? I've run up this before, but it's been a while. I really want to drop this thing off a cliff. At least hopefully be able to do it. Come on, car, come on. I don't want to have to reset you. There we go. We're still good. Ooh, let's try not to run off the cliff while reading chat. That's probably for the better. See, when you send a long message like that, it's really hard to read and drive, so I'm going to attempt to do both of those things. When I get automation and beam, I would exactly build a Chevrolet Tahoe, okay, based van. That's, I guess you like the more realistic side of things. I just wanted to see, make my version of of that in the next stream. I mean, I could. Realistic cars are, I don't know. They're interesting by themselves. Like, it's fun to try and recreate something, but it's also fun to just make some absolute disaster like this, which blends into the horizon, or the ground, which is all mud in this case. And yeah, we might not end up making it to the top of Pikes Peak here. We may end up just running out of fuel before we get there. 38 liters and counting now. Don't read chat and drive. I mean, well, we'll just pretend it's not real life here. Oh no, that transmission is really hurting. I'm glad that the thin wheels actually worked as well. I'm impressed. We probably could have lowered the weight of the car by making it carbon fiber or something, or even aluminum, and then that probably would have allowed us to put the bigger wheels on it. But yeah. Somebody is asking what was the point of this car. Does there have to be a point? At this point, it is basically just an off-road Porsche Panamera, but also absolutely horrible in every imaginable, measurable thing. Every imaginable and immeasurable way, pretty much. But it's so slow. I'm very sad. I think I might have been able to turn down that top speed a little bit more than I did. It was up at like 250 or 270, and then I dropped it to 250, but probably could have done a little bit better. Oh no, we're losing speed up the hill. Come on, car, you got this. Should we lock the diff and try and see if that makes it any better? Like, it's not gonna do much, I wouldn't think, unless we're just going for that straight up acceleration. Oh geez, come on, car. It's getting steeper and steeper, and this car is losing its mind even more. I feel like we should probably just start cutting the track, so I'm going to attempt to do that. And we also just lost the front end, so apparently my gamble has not paid off, as we cannot climb that at all. So never mind, that was a minor failure. Ooh, that was rough. Okay, hopefully everything's still intact. 34 liters of fuel, and not much sanity left. What map is this? It is Pikes Peak, and we're getting very close to the top. Hopefully we'll be able to drop this thing off. Oh, come on. Is this the top? I think it is. Get ready, we're gonna drop this thing off the side, then we'll finish off the stream in style. By dropping it off the side. I guess that is style. And dun da da da, we have done it. Somebody play the Halo theme. This is exactly the top of Pikes Peak. Well, thankfully things are wrapping up here. The average fuel economy was terrible on this car, just horrible as we were going up there. Like, we were honestly getting maybe 200 liters per 100 kilometers, something like that. Like, that's how bad things got, up till close to 300. And yeah, as you can imagine, it has not been good for us in that way. But there is a very tall cliff here, and I think it's time that we drop this thing off of there. What do you think? Let's just lock those diffs, and then we'll accelerate to our inevitable demise, and then hopefully never see this thing again. But you might see some of its ideas, as I mentioned before. Stuff like the cut and the lights, maybe, and the exhaust. So yeah, let's drop this thing. Here we go. Sayonara, good car. I'm just gonna leave it in neutral, and we'll just fly down here. This can only go poorly. Okay, that was some good air. Oh, there goes the front wheels. And the back wheels as well. It's not like we really needed those anyway. This is the fastest way to get down Pikes Peak, by the way. Even if you're driving a supercar. Yeah, I was planning on making a second car, but unfortunately, time has been ticking on, and I have to go get lunch. So, I'm supposed to be meeting some people for lunch at around 12, and I didn't realize how late things have gotten, so I apologize for that. I started this stream just at 10, so it's been like nearly 2 hours. I anticipated building one car and then like one car in an hour and then building another car in an hour, but this one kind of took a little bit longer, and that's why we're only doing one vehicle this time. But trust me, it is a very lovely vehicle. And I'm still debating now, like, should I change the thumbnail so that people can see this on the VOD? Or should I just leave it as a anonymous thing? Alright, let's start it up. Oh wait. Okay, no, the engine's broken. Yeah, it's toast. It's gone. Well, our leather car has run its course. Literally down the course that we just went up and then down again, but down in a much more fashionable way. Take a good look at that leather exterior and remind yourself of its immeasurable beauty as we leave this thing in the trees, because I don't think anybody's going to actually want to come and get it. Apparently this one wheel survived, but it also has a cut out of it. Somebody just took off a quarter of it. It's not like we really needed that anyways. But anyway, that's going to be it for this stream. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you everybody for coming. Thank you to everybody who donated as well. I appreciate all of you. And again, I'll see you next Wednesday. I'm going to be doing another video, and then next Saturday as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. See you then.